let's go. Yeah.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808s, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock's crashing. Like an IPO trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like
good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
yeah, hey, look what I got. New whip with no top. Cooking up no stove top. Ice cold, no snow drop. Big budget ass, big facts. Big money in the contract. Been running no contact. New record with the new tracks. Yeah, they been sending me new plaques. I don't really need new plaques. Nah, big rock with the suplex. Yeah, new rock got a new flex. Yeah, I'm current, I'm a new trend. Knock boys with the full scent. Yeah, like I said, no new friends. We don't really need new friends.
Good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence. That good thing, yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag. Couple hundred need a G-Wagon. Big tax on my big spending. Big facts, no pretending. We back on the full sentence.
All you ever wanna do is play. So let's play.
Yeah. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
Stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke.
Yeah, hey, well, we can hold the peace or we can wage war, but I'm gonna get what I came for. Rilla gang, that's a crew name. We all graduated to the 2-door. Sega Global, that's an infrastructure. All y'all niggas like the Titanic. I'm the iceberg, talking no Zucker on the front lines, but we don't panic. Shit getting messy, got nothing to rest in. I'm tired of niggas, they frontin' they blessings. They want my suggestion, but don't want the fee. I'm just doing me, I don't answer their questions. All this flexing, got no one to see. All this aggression, I just want some peace. Not even sure that I like it in heaven. I guess when we get there, then we gon' see. I do not understand, I do not get what you do. You only got one life, but you act like you got 2. Yo, we go bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with king, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Rilla mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode.
I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke, Rilla mode. I said stay woke, Rilla mode. Stay woke,
a bunch of clowns. You will not get a laugh out of me. You can talk, but you can't denounce. I live a different theology. Why I transferred to a new account? You just fucked over a prodigy. Posted up with a running crown.
You are the king and apology.
You about to see a new side of me. I hope you know. We stand up and watch our enemy go. Empires fall, my legacy grows. I might just hop on this melody flow. All this vision, no clarity though. Y'all play a game that I bear in my soul. Ebony, ivory, nobody knows. Business vasectomy, nothing can grow. Everyone promises more than they actually do. We don't deliver on anything other than truth. Your ego bigger than what you are willing to do. I run with kings, but you peasants, you run with the goons. Hey, we stay woke, but y'all sleep. Real mode, but y'all sheep. Out in public, she a good girl, but at the crib, she a real freak. New throne for the new king. Same kid, now my streets go. Same gang, got the cheat code. I said stay woke, we in real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode.
Stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. I said stay woke, real mode. Stay woke, real mode. You really have people fooled out here, don't you? When are you peasants gonna learn that you can't pretend to be a king? It ends today.
The following program is rated TV MANOC. It contains a big pair of nuts directly on your chin. It is intended only for mature audiences. Viewer discretion advised.
Go to the fucking gym.
Obesity is epidemic in the United States and a major cause of death.
What is fat activism?
I, a fat person, am sharing my own lived experience.
Pizza is a vegetable.
Your fat phobia is your problem.
It is not my place as a smaller-bodied white man to comment on it.
Radical body positivity.
What can men do against such reckless hate?
There's only one man who can help me.
This is for you new people. I only have one rule. Everyone fights, no one quits.
This day we fight!
Whoa.
The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Testing. Testing, testicles. Welcome everyone to episode 3021 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular swolecast, beercast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, pimpcast, sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm, because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches, booshes, busters, hustlers, and yo-hos? Where'd the card go? It's your boy, Papa Swolio, back with another episode, and today's episode of the Beastcast is brought to you, is powered, is sponsored by Everson K2 flexing on all you beaches. All right, I think I might have brought it into the other room. Did I move it? Oh, I did move it. I moved the swole cards from the previous episodes into the other room, and today's card is GTTFG. So I did write it, it's just in the other room. So GTTFG, drop in the comments. You will win the swole card. It's black and has the red F. I just brought it to the other room because Mama Swolio usually fills out the swole cards with the addresses. So GTTFG is the swole card. I'm not going to go get it. We're going to move on, but that's the swole card for the day, and we'll give it away at the end of today's episode. I already got ahead of it. I already got ahead of myself. It's fine. Anyway, let's get into today's episode. Drop a comment down below. What are you smashing today? And let's get on into that tip. Babe, just an inch. It's cold outside. All right. Reminder that day after tomorrow, we have Roundtable 74. So for members only, join us over at swolenormousx.com. If you want to be there, 6 p.m. over at swolenormousx.com. The Zoom call will be live. It's going to be awesome, so don't miss out on that. We'll get into a couple emails. We'll get into a couple questions. And without further ado, let's get into some of these accountability posts that we didn't cover yesterday, but also we have a couple more introductions from some new members. This one's from Ben. What's happening, players? Been listening for about 2 years. Wow, 2 years.
Wow.
And figured it's time. Looking to turn 30 pounds of beer fat into 30 pounds of gains. Let's get after it. Oof, 30 pounds of gains. That's a lot of muscle. Well, welcome to the fam, Ben. Super stoked to have you with us. This one's from Sherry, and we got some pictures that we're going to show off for Sherry. And she says, today I did some sets of bicep curls using the 30s together at the same time. I was doing 30s separate for bicep curls before. I'm working on using 35s separately until I get stronger. Separately means alternating left and then right. I'm thankful for my progress. Biggest key is consistency. Find something you like to do and go for it. You don't have to love it. That might come in the future, but in the meantime, keep after it. Your future self will thank you so much. Next week, I'll be 48 years old, and I'm sure my 38-year-old self would hug and thank me for putting in the effort. My progress can feel slow, and I'm obviously no fitness expert, just someone who doesn't give up. I feel loads better than I did before and love sharing hope about it. I'm almost 48, 148 pounds, 5'3", 11 years on my plan. So we got some pictures before and afters. The ones on the top, obviously you see some more jelly rolls, a little bit more soft. And then in the bottom pictures, we see Sherry looking like an absolute fucking savage. So good for you. I love it. Looking great. Looking great. Keep it up, Sherry. Looking fantastic. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate you. We got 2 accountability texts. All right. What are the Swole fam working on this week? We did a bunch of them yesterday. We're going to keep on going over a few more because it's still Tuesday and we can't go over all of them at the same time. And plus, sometimes people respond a little bit later when we pull the posts. Debbie says, I'm focusing on keeping my enthusiasm in check. Kids start school tomorrow and I'm free. Seriously, though, I'm focusing on how my body feels after each workout, having trouble with my feet. So I'm cutting back on how much I walk using spacers, since my second toes are rubbing my big toes, causing irritation, along with the ball of my right foot hurting when I walk. Very common as a result of wearing foot coffins, sneakers, and high heels and stuff that smash your toes together. So spacers work, using different types of foot manipulation. You could use a tennis ball, you could use a lacrosse ball, a golf ball. Very important to use the spacers, but also strengthening, spreading your feet, actual exercises, spreading your feet open, yoga. Very important. So that's going to be something that, and also the ankle, knee, and hip mobility masterclasses are fantastic. Do not underestimate the damage that high heels do and that sneakers have done to your feet since you were little. Very, very upsetting when you start realizing how crushed and malformed your feet are. Jesse says, I'm starting the elimination diet, going all in. Going to drop the final few percentage points of body fat that I've been far too relaxed about. Ambition to the max. Let's go. All new cooking equipment. Found a local grass-fed farmer to purchase meat from. Making it happen. No excuses.
I give it
That's what I like to hear.
10. A 10. A fucking 10.
All right, let's get into a couple email responses. This one, if you're not on the email list, go to makeemailswoleagain.com. This one's from Ash. The email title was cardio before or after lifting. And Ash says, I'm hitting back and core today and we'll go for a walk after training. That's how I get my cardio done. So nice. If you're going to do cardio, make sure you do not do it either on the same day. Make sure it doesn't interfere with your progressive overload, and make sure you're doing it. If you're going to do it on the same day and the same time, so to speak, do it after. Never do it first. I'm turning 41. This is the email I sent out last week because it was my birthday. Bryce says, come on, man. I'm 42 and I still crush it at the gym. I put up 295 on the bench for 4 today. I was pretty happy, but 315 just seems to be a huge roadblock for me. Had my ACL reconstruction April 29th and was forced to take a bunch of time off from the gym just to get healed up. Quick question. How many reps can you do with 315 on the flat bench? I don't know. I don't give a fuck about free bar benching. I don't care. If you really want to increase your hypertrophy, barbell benching is probably the least effective way, or one of the least effective ways. Honestly, barbell benching is one of the least effective ways to develop the muscles in your chest. So if you're trying to for hypertrophy, barbell bench is irrelevant. You want a converging press. Dumbbells are somewhat of an improvement, but you definitely want something with a better strength profile that's going to actually get you potentially more range of motion. And also, if you have a converging pattern, you're going to get more activation. So more stable of an exercise is going to be better for loading. It's safer. You can push closer to failure. I don't even know if I could do 315. It just, I mean, on the Smith machine, I'm doing incline with almost 300, but there's a little counterbalance in there. The weight doesn't matter. So I could not give less of a fuck about max reps too. It just doesn't matter. So you might feel like so here's what I see with this. If you're concerned, you said you put up 295, which is fine. It's fine. It's good. 315 seems to be a huge roadblock. This is the ego getting in the way. The number doesn't matter. If you're stuck at 295, it means you're not able to progressively overload. It means you're not building muscle. You're not making progress. So that's what that says to me. Are you concerned with just the number going up? Or are you trying to build muscle? So if you're hitting that roadblock, that means your recovery, your intensity, your program design, it's not ideal. If you're hitting a roadblock, it's because the programming needs work. So just something to keep in mind. Maybe you need to give some more recovery. Maybe you need to organize your splits a little bit better. That way you can see that incremental improvement. It's much harder to make improvements or make increases on free bar weights if you don't have a quality spotter. It's just much harder to push close to failure and consistently so with something like a barbell bench. And when I did barbell, I never liked flat bench. I never did. I never liked barbell flat bench. I would always opt for incline. If you're going to do barbell work, do incline work. My preference. So I have no idea. I haven't done, someone asked me, I think on Facebook or somewhere, hey, what do you do for deadlifts? I haven't done standard deadlifts in a while in my programming, and I haven't done barbell benching for a while in my programming. I've seen much more benefits from that. So remember what the goal is. A lot of times people have an ego about free weights. They have an ego about their bench. How much you bench, bro? How much you deadlift? How much you squat? It doesn't matter what that number is, as long as you're progressively overloading. And if you pick a more stable exercise like a machine, like a hack squat, a leg press, a pendulum squat, Smith machine, you're able to load it more, and you're able to load it more often and more consistently, more safely. And if your goal is to get bigger muscles, that's just objectively, it's a better option than you doing free weights in many cases. So really, you need context though too. So anyway, if you want to get on the email list, I appreciate the response. Go to makeemailswoleagain.com. And if you sent in the response and you want to follow up, so Bryce, if you want to follow up, make sure you call into the show. You could also call in, askpapasolio.com and ask me a question. We'll feature an upcoming episode. So if you get a response from an Instagram question, from a call-in question, you could always follow back up. So please do. I would prefer it not to be a one-sided I answer, because sometimes you want to come back with a little more context, which is fine. So make sure you call in, askpapasolio.com. We do have a question today. We have a call from Aaron, so we are going to get into it. If you have another question live, drop in the comments right now, #AskPapaSwolio. We're going to get into Aaron's call right now, and then we will get into some other questions. Aaron, you are on the Sleazecast.
Are you gay?
Am I gay? I am gay for gains. I'm gay for sick fucking gains. All right. Very high quality question. Aaron whoever called in, that sounds gay as fuck, to be honest. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not my bag, baby. Austin, what's your favorite 80s movie? Oof, too many. Princess Bride, Back to the Future, Terminator 1. I wouldn't say Terminator 1's my favorite movie or one of them, but it's a classic. Got a bunch of the Rocky movies in there that are great. 80s movies are the tits. You could just go on and on. On and on and on. All right. Fake. F-A-Q-E? Fake? Papa Solio, any suggestions for ab workout? ? With back injuries. I'm not going to recommend you do anything with back injuries. Make sure you solve those issues. Okay. Abdominal workouts, flexion and extension. You don't need crazy stuff. If you lean out and you get rid of subcutaneous fat, you'll see your abs. Everyone has abs. If you want to get stronger abs, you want to progressively overload with weights like any other exercise. Just make sure you're getting a full stretch and full contraction. And most of these hanging leg exercises and stuff, you're not getting any stretch. You're not getting that thoracic and lumbar extension. So make sure you do so. Ariel, Papa Solia, what's your experience coaching / training bariatric clients? Are the strategies different? I think bariatric surgery, I think it's terrible. I don't like it at all. I'm not a fan. I'm not saying it doesn't help some people. There have been people in the past when I make these comments, of course, everyone wants to get offended. So I'm welcome to my opinion. If you got bariatric surgery, I don't hate you as a person. I'm not calling you an idiot. I just think it's not the answer, because surgical intervention, when you can improve these things by habit changes, it's just not the answer, because a lot of times this stuff fails. It doesn't stick. People stretch their stomachs back out, their staples pop off, and they have other issues. So this doesn't change your habits, doesn't change how you metabolize food, doesn't change anything about your habits. So I would prefer not surgical intervention and just getting your shit together, honestly. But for some people, they've had success, and cool, that's great. I really hope it is successful, but I'm not a big fan of Ozempic and Wegovy and stomach stapling and stuff like that. So never been a fan. I'm not going to change that position. But again, I'm not saying that some people out there, here's the best thing I ever did. Cool. And you can still say that and not get offended by my opinion. So taking offense is on you, but this is a common response every time I talk about these topics. Same thing with depression and stuff like that. Everyone gets defensive. So my experience coaching, training, it depends on the individual. Strategies are different from person to person. It really doesn't have anything to do with bariatric surgery. It has to do with the individual and their experience, et cetera, et cetera. So my strategy for two people that don't have bariatric surgery are going to be different. So strategies are different from person to person, period. Danny, Papa Swilly, how was your birthday? It was great. I made 6 fucking gains and hit a PR on my legs. So fucking yeah, bish. Hack squat PR. Yeah, Obviously, what are we doing here? Bobby, Papa Swilly, how do I get rid of a bloated stomach? Well, it's going to come down to your nutrition primarily. Nutrition, quality sleep. You're probably eating garbage. Lots of chronic inflammation. So check out our content, The Elimination Diet. Join us, swolenormousx.com. We're working furiously on getting the app ready to go. So stay tuned for that. It's launching soon. I said this summer, and it's still poised to be this summer. So looking forward to it. But you want to learn more. You want to really get your nutrition in order and do the nutrition jumpstart, jump into everything. Go to swolenormousx.com and join the fam today. Kyle, Papa Solio, what's the usual, if you have a live question, hashtag ask Papa Solio, drop in the chat. Papa Solio, what's the usual ratio of protein, carb, fat? Can a beginner follow, or does it depends? It always depends. It always depends. Chris, I do about 60 skull crushers and hammer curls. This is enough to see results. Jesus Christ. That's a terrible question. What, 60 what? Do 60? Okay, cool. I move my arms up and down 60 times. Is that enough? What does 60 mean? Of what weight? Progressive overload. You want to increase the weight over time. So is this enough to see results? Based on the question, probably not. Maybe from doing 0, but not long term. Progressive overload. Creating a growth stimulus, subjecting your body to a growth stimulus, and adding weight and or reps to the same weight over time. You do 100 pounds for 5 reps. Next time you want to do 6. Next time you want to do 7. You want to do 110 pounds, and then 120 pounds for 6, and then 120 pounds for 7, and then 130 pounds for 6, and 130 pounds for 7. That's progressive overload. And if you're able to do progressive overload over time, that means your nutrition's pretty good. It means your sleep's pretty good. It means your recovery's pretty good. And if you start seeing plateaus, that's because those things are not pretty good, or your training or your volume or whatever it is off. So then you have to revisit. Chris, best workout for traps. Well, there's no best, but there's certain things that are better than others. Make sure you do not just lat-focused exercises. So keeping the elbows close to the body. Make sure you're doing more of a upper back row with your elbows kind of flared like 45 degrees or above. Hammer strength low row machine is great. Any kind of like chest supported row, T-bar row where your elbows are more flared will get more of the middle traps, lower traps, and upper traps. Also, Kelso shrugs are fantastic for the traps. Not standing shrugs. You want to be probably at like a 60, 75 degree angle, and you're essentially doing a scapular retraction, but you're still going to get upper traps. You're going to get a lot more of the middle traps. You're going to look much more meaty. Upper traps aren't that big. You really want the middle, those other fibers for the traps. Nathan, I don't have a question. Just wanted to say I think you're awesome and thanks for the motivation. Why, thank you, Nathan. Aww. I appreciate that. All right. Questions live. No Ask Papa Swole questions? Fine. Balls deep time.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
All right. We shall move on.
That's deep.
We don't fuck around. You don't got questions? Well, then you don't get to ask them. Again, reminder, Roundtable 74 this Thursday, August 15th, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us over at swolenormousx.com. Roundtable is going to be great. Let's get into a couple of poopy posts. How we doing? Pick a number 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. It's going to be a number 1, number 2, number 3.
What's in the box?
Let's see. We got a couple. We got number 1. We'll do Aaron. Aaron says number 1. How to identify your fat phobia. Let's see what we got here.
Is how you identify your fat phobia. But before you do this exercise, I just want you to prepare, but this will be shocking and it will surprise the crap out of you. So if you're still here, congratulations. Are you ready? Let's get to work. I'm Lenny. I'm an anti-diet health and mindset coach. And
I am an anti-diet health and mindset coach. I'm an anti-diet health and mindset coach. Well, there's your red flags already. I'm an anti-diet health and mindset coach. Okay. Ministry of Truth over here. Jesus Christ.
Let's get to work. I'm Lenny. I'm an anti-diet health and mindset coach. And what I do is I help you identify the hardwiring in your brain that keeps you in autopilot loops that has you stuck in Diet Groundhog Day. And one of the things you need to discover is your internalized fat phobia, because as long as that is still there, you'll never be able to authentically care for your body.
Authentically care for your body. Well, if you eat steak and lift heavy weights, you're going to get rid of your extra body fat. You're not going to be fat. You eat meat and eggs and lift heavy and train hard, and I'm saying like seriously shit, you're not going to, it doesn't matter what your intelligence level is. Okay, so you can pretend whatever you want. It doesn't matter. You're going to lose fat.
So are you ready? When you ask someone, do I look fat in this? What are you really asking?
Do I look fat in this? If I put something on, I'm like, do I look fat? I'm asking if I look fat. And what does that mean? It means, do I look like shit? Do I look wider than I should? Do I look like I have a gut? Do I look unhealthy in this? That's what I'm asking. If I were to ask that.
What does fat mean in that situation?
It means looking like shit. It means not looking healthy, not looking fit, not looking capable. It means looking like a slob.
And the threat of you looking fat in that moment. So,
I mean, if you care if I look fat, then what you do is you care about social validation. Do I look good? Like, you want to feel good. You want to feel confident. If you wear something that looks like shit, like if I walked outside wearing a thong, I'm not going to feel confident wearing that in public. Just because someone might be shameless to wear like a crop top with their gut hanging out doesn't make it socially acceptable. It just makes it repulsive.
Get curious. Remember, there's no judgment in curiosity. And let me know what you've internalized and if you still even believe it.
Was something supposed to be accomplished from that? Okay. All right.
You make me happy.
I was excited to do the grab some bull milk, by the way. If you're not eating bull milk, then, you're slacking. Check out the new merch over at papaswole.com. I don't even know I thought there was a direction there. I thought I was excited to do the test. Do the teast. I was excited to be teasted. All right, let's see what we got here. Oh my God, don't eat it. Is this a podcast again? Jesus Christ, what's with these people? Positive charisma number 2. It's called It's Heavy.
What's in the box?
It's heavy. That's what the scale said.
It's heavy.
Heavy physically and mentally, and I think a lot of people don't understand it, and they see people that are bigger and they think, oh, it's not that hard, just eat less, move more. It's such an oversimplification. It's so nuanced and complex, the reasons why.
It's not really nuanced and complex. Look, eating less and moving more, if you're not getting nutrient dense food, that's not going to work well. You need to eat better quality food, get better sleep, get off the endocrine disruptors, get off the birth control, get off the antidepressants and all this fucking garbage, get some sunlight. get more, like literally eat better food and lift heavy fucking weights. This chick does not lift heavy fucking weights aside from standing up.
People in bigger bodies, it might be hormonal, it might be that they've got an eating disorder. Some people are just bigger.
This hormonal shit, yeah, because you destroy your body. If you destroy your body, you're going to have bad outcomes. Okay. You see what happened to the Ninja Turtles, right? The little baby turtles were in toxic goo, and look at them. They just turned into ninjas. Your environment matters.
And I think there's a lot of judgment out there. But I think, saying to someone, I'll just eat less, is like saying to someone with depression, I'll just cheer up. It's not as easy as that. And
I don't disagree with this. Saying with someone that's like, you're fat, just eat less. I don't think that's the case. This is why I talk about food quality. If you're eating nutrient-dense food, this is why I always say, try stuffing your face. Grass-fed ground beef, eat as much as you possibly can. Good luck with that. You're going to get sick. You're going to get sick and feel full and, I don't want any more. But you really want to go get some ice cream. You want to drink a soda with it too, right? You're going to have all these other compulsions with your addictions. But eating nutrient-dense food, focusing on protein and fat, you're going to get full. You're not going to be able to maintain that. Maybe at one time, the first day, I can overeat so much. Eat consistently that stuff every day. You're not going to overeat. You're going to be satiated and full and tired of eating.
I shouldn't be saying that. I've got my favourite phrase. I always say, if I'm not sitting on your face and you're not paying my mortgage, what I weigh, what I look like is none of your business.
Oh, visual did not need...
Crucifixion is good. Out of the door, line on the left, one cross each.
Oh.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Oh. If I'm not sitting on your face, my God. Holy shit. Somewhere Geppetto winced. Fam, poor face. You're dead. You're absolutely dead. Paying my mortgage. Jesus Christ. Your food bill's a mortgage.
What I look like is none of your business.
Hell yes. We love it.
That's good.
We love it.
That's good.
That was the best ending. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you tell him, girl. You tell him. That's good. Jeez. What an ending. Speaking of traumatizing, this last video is just titled
What's in the box?
Sir Bear says, I'm comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain. Are you really comfortable then? Nope.
I'm totally comfortable in my body. I just don't want to be in pain.
Doesn't sound comfortable. Doesn't sound too comfortable. All right, let's do one more. This one's called traumatizing. Yes, if your eyes are sensitive, this will be traumatizing. So I promise you, I implore you people, be careful. This video is going to shock and disturb you.
The thing that y'all are not understanding is that being a fat person is legitimately traumatizing. Not like internet, oh, this is traumatizing. Traumatizing as in, I this year was diagnosed with CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
Oh my God, are they adding to this? Holy shit.
Ever served in a forward area?
CPTSD, all right, you tell me that psychiatry and these fucking these companies and doctors are not just pure evil. You tell me. Complex post-traumatic stress disorder. You remember that Robin Williams live on Broadway? Do you guys remember that stand-up? He had a whole bit about, or was it George Carlin too? No, it was George Carlin. My bad. Rest in peace to both of them. But remember he was talking, did his bit, Carlin did his bit about shell shock, and you keep on adding syllables, which just bastardizes and pussifies the language. You keep on adding syllables and adding words. So it went from shell shock to this, that, and the other. Now it's PTSD. Now it's complex post-traumatic stress. Just keep on adding words. It just dilutes it. There are people that actually do have trauma. Most of you that are just fat, complex. What the fuck are you talking about? Complex post-traumatic stress disorder. Jesus Christ. You can't just have a problem. You have to have the most complex problem, right?
I this year was diagnosed with CPTSD, complex post-traumatic stress disorder.
That's it?
As a result of growing up as a fat person and the trauma that comes with that. There is legitimate trauma that comes with growing up as a child and believing that your entire value is tied into your body.
This is just a parenting issue. Yeah, not everyone has great parents. I get it. carrying around this idea that you have CPTSD or whatever the fuck it is, that's not helping you. You're just trying to victim harder than you ever have before. Look, a lot of people go through shit. There's a lot of amazing stories of people that overcome it. So what's the difference? Those people didn't cry themselves to sleep and play the victim. They got up off their ass and they made changes.
No one will love you because you're fat, and that you will not have any love, any success, any friends because you are fat. Society literally treats fat people as if we are worthless. Like,
no. You treat yourself like you're worthless. That's why you're morbidly obese. Show me a person like this who's morbidly obese and show me their habits. Again, we're not going to get it. We're not going to get all the habits, but I say this all the time. I want to see a log. I want to see an objective. If we had like an objective, we knew for a fact it was 100% true. Every moment, every time, we saw when she got up, when she went to bed, the quality of her sleep. We saw what she ate, literally what time, every last bit. Let's say we had a detailed log. It was like the Truman Show. We saw every little thing that she did. How many things do you think we would cringe at? How many things do you think that we would be like, oh my God, yeah, it's probably all fucking day. All fucking day. There's probably red flags left and right. And I wish we would have that because then we can call someone out on their bullshit. You know, you're not looking like that, doing everything correctly. And that's just a fact. This is the result. It's cause and effect. So rather than actually do things properly, who wants to guess if she lifted heavy weights and did carnivore, like an elimination diet, and she's eating beef and eggs and liver, and she's lifting heavy weights and staying away from ultra processed foods and off birth control, not that she needs her, but, you know, getting sunlight and doing yoga, meditating, consistent sleep every night, getting rid of all these estrogenics and deodorants and synthetics and polyester and plastics and shit. You think she's doing all that? I know it sounds like a lot. It takes time. It's never going to be perfect, but most people are so oblivious. They just coat themselves with these endocrine disruptors on top of everything else.
Like, I don't know how y'all think that shit is not gonna fuck people up. Like, it does. It messes with your head. Like, it's crazy because the amount of hate that I receive for being a fat person, like, if you guys saw, like, the shit people said to me on the internet.
Okay. You don't belong on the internet. I get so much shit on the internet. It's called the internet for a reason. I posted the other day on my X account. I said, I grew up in Halo chat rooms. You cannot offend me on the internet. There's a certain generation of people that are around my age that grew up in these AOL chat rooms and Halo and playing stuff online, Call of Duty. You know, that was a little bit after Halo, but like you were exposed to some shit and it was the standard. You don't take things offensively online because you know people talk shit. Okay. So yeah, people are going to say stuff online, but you're also justifying and you're glorifying obesity. And you've done it in many, many videos. It's not the first video we've seen from this person. So all of a sudden having a sob story now, look, if you're going to keep on pretending like being obese, everyone's wrong but you, then people don't find that respect. They don't respect that, especially on the internet. People do not respect victims on the internet. They just don't.
You would be flabbergasted. Like, this is not just like a quirky, like,
what is she
it's really
wiping?
hard being fat. No, it's like in your developmental
is it
stages,
makeup?
you are constantly thinking about your body and like feeling absolutely worthless to the point where like you feel dehumanized. I don't know that.
Dehumanized. You feel dehumanized. That's you. You feeling that way is you. Look, this is just an example. And I'm not saying that what people have said to this person is good or nice, but obviously if she's feeling dehumanized, that's on her and she needs to get off the internet. If you're online and you're feeling like you're dehumanized, that's a you problem, number one. And number two, you're not cut out for the internet. You got to even like disable your comments, post and ghost. You got to get off this shit because that's not healthy. And you shouldn't be feeling dehumanized. That's just ridiculous.
It messes you up, you know? And like,
if you allow it to.
Like, I'm fine. And it's not like, I think that experience is very different for everybody else.
You're definitely not fine.
And I think
you just said you
this,
weren't.
Like, this definitely varies person to person, but like, I don't think that y'all like can fully grasp the legitimate like trauma that comes with being a fat person in the world. Like, I don't think that y'all fully get it. Nobody.
Then change your habits and don't be a fat person in the world. This is what we're talking about. You're looking for sympathy. Like, where's the sympathy? There isn't any. You have all your limbs. You have every ability to make changes. And I guarantee you're not doing the things. objectively. You're not doing the things that will help you get out of it. So on purpose, staying in this shame spiral, where you're going to get there's no sympathy for you. You're staying in this shame spiral and then being like, I don't think you guys get it. Like, I get it. Just fucking go lift weights. This is not a therapist couch. Don't post online if you don't post anything online. If you don't want a negative response, don't post. If you're not expecting it, because you're going to get it. You get enough views, your stuff goes viral. And when videos go viral, guess what? They don't go viral to your audience. That's what virality means. When a video goes viral, and I know this better than anyone, or like the vast majority of people that have never had viral videos and constant viral content. I say a lot of shit in my videos. I've had a lot of videos go viral. They ain't all positive. A lot of people are going to see your content and be shown your content, and they're not going to like it, and they're going to let you know they don't like it. It's like, okay, cool. People that don't like me got shown my video, and they said they don't like me. It's like, I don't get offended by someone telling me they don't like me. Why do I care? Think about that. Thankfully, I have enough people that do like my videos. Fine, that's for them. Someone that doesn't like my video comes on and be like, I hate your content. You look gay. You hate my content. You don't like me at all. You don't like then your opinion, thank you for sharing it. It's irrelevant. Oh, someone that doesn't like my shit doesn't like my shit. Shocker. There are TV shows that I never watch that are super popular. God, I've never listened to a Taylor Swift song voluntarily. She doesn't need my help, right? She doesn't need my help. She doesn't need my assistance, obviously. There's so many TV shows that I've heard like, oh my God, it's so awesome. I've never watched a single episode and I never will. They didn't need my help. So there's a lot of things out there for a lot of people. And the internet is just a place where people can voice their opinions on various things. You put yourself out there, you're opening yourself up for criticism. Welcome to life.
Meant to deal with that like level of consistent
15
criticism
seconds.
and hatred. It's not like, ooh, like, woe is me, my life is so hard, like sob story. It's just like, I'm not saying this like to ask for sympathy by any means. I'm
Sure.
just saying this
Sure.
because like I just genuinely don't think people understand the mental toll that it takes. And
I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not saying this, I can't handle it. I don't think people understand the mental toll. Well, you're asking for sympathy. You're telling everyone how hard it is. And you're saying, I don't think people understand the mental toll. God damn it. You're full of shit. Yeah. You're doing this to yourself. You're putting yourself in this situation. If she was morbidly obese, well, she is, but if she was doing this and then she was like lifting heavy weights and pushing hard and, trying to do her best, people would be like, you go, girl, keep it up. But because she's just blaming everyone else, it's the fat phobia, it's a system. People don't understand the trauma. Oh, cry a fucking river. Everyone has trauma to some extent. It's just relative. The worst thing that you've ever experienced is just the worst thing you've ever experienced. You might have one memory that was traumatizing and someone else has a memory and went through something much worse. It's just relative. There's a lot of people that have much worse experiences. So get over it. Get over it. People don't want to hear that. Everyone's got issues. Everyone's got issues and problems and struggles and stuff. People don't want to hear about other people's problems, really. They don't. It's like, okay, cool. I get it. Things that you don't like have happened to you. Things that I don't like have happened to me. And for most of you, you have things that have happened to you that you don't like. Oh no. Oh no. Things you don't like. Oh. Okay, let's do a throw. Room already, but it is written. I just moved it into the other pile of completed and didn't realize it. I'm still looking to see if I could have sworn I put it over there. No, I definitely did. Definitely put it in the pile. Hashtag GTTFG. Let's do this one.
Do fat phobes act as though thinness is invincibility?
Because it is.
No one does act like thinness is invincibility. We just know that obesity is objectively unhealthy.
Like, I hate to break it to you, bud, but we're both going to die. Very likely of a heart attack. People of all shapes and sizes have fucking heart attacks.
Especially if they have
I will also have loved my
experimental gene
life
therapy.
that I lived in the body that I lived it with all the delicious food that I fucking ate. Also, this thing called the obesity paradox, which I don't love the term obesity.
Boring.
Although obesity is a major risk factor in the development of cardiovascular disease.
Let's stop this right here, too. This whole conversation about like obesity can be a major risk. Obesity doesn't come first. The habits come first.
Man, I'm tired of being right. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn.
Oh my God. Look, if people just got off their asses, went to the fucking gym, started taking care of themselves, we wouldn't have these issues of people trying to dig out a niche with their victimhood. It's like, just, my God, get off your ass, go to the fucking gym, eat some beef, have some eggs, right? Eat some fruit, go to sleep. Look, if you take care of your health, you're not going to worry about being fat because you're not going to be fat. And it takes time to learn these things. So you do a bunch of dumb, stupid diets and you wonder why it doesn't work and you can't stick to it. It's because, well, you do dumb shit. It's not going to work. And I'm also not saying that people are taught this. Your parents don't know, and you're not taught about this in school. You're not taught about this in these indoctrination centers, pharmaceutical companies and food companies. They don't want you to know how to be healthy. They want you to eat their shit and give them money. So yeah, you have to actually look for this information, but it's not like it's hidden. Eat better food and lift heavy weights. Come on now. Come on now. All you got to do is spend some time in the gym instead of crying and bitching and moaning on TikTok all day. All right, let's give away today's swole card. It is GTTFG, so there's no swole card here, but we're going to show you the tainty man and his being a little coy with his taint. So let's give this away. All right, hashtag GTTFG. You know you dropped in the chat. I know you did. I know you did. We got a winner. That's a winner right there. On Rumble, Eddie V. Eddie V82. What do you hear? What do you say, Big Cat? What do you hear? What do you say? Eddie V. GTTFG. Congratulations. Send us an email to support@snormous.com. Swole card 3021 in the subject, your mailing address, and the body of the email, and we'll send you this swole card. No taint included. Taint not included. Taint not included. So sorry about that. Maybe I'll wipe it on Rufus's taint and then you'll get a nice little salt with your card. Anyway, thanks for being here. That was gross. We'll be back tomorrow for another amazing episode. And let's see what else we got. Check out all the new merch over at papaswolio.com. We got 20% off all new releases. And let me tell you, we got a brand new yoga class yesterday, Express Evening Yin with a Ball with Alex. That's available over at SnormousX.com. And also the brand new Go to the Fucking Gym merch, a little Taylor Swift style. So troll the Swifties with this amazing shirt. Check it out over at papaswolio.com. We got new crop top, flowy, loose crop tops for the ladies. We also have tote bags, so you can put your groceries and your shit in a sweet new tote bag. Give it a check out. And of course, again, roundtable this Thursday. So live again tomorrow. Roundtable for members only. Join us over at SnormousX.com and all the links down below to ask a question, get on the email list, join the fam, and pick up some new merch. So we'll see you tomorrow. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose, your boy, Papa Swolio. Out.
Crazy flow, need a straight jacket. Cash flow, I'm a bank addict. 6 subs, had the bass smacking. 808, had the place clapping. 3 girls is enough for me, so I pull out like the stock crashing. Like an IPO, trying to purchase me. This a private sector, so you can't have it. Faking all that boom bapping. Who you think you is, boy? 90s want they sound back, so I give rap all these fake rappers as I take matters in my own hands. I don't need rapping, I don't need Zans. I don't need help, I'm a grown man. Now they king left and they so mad, it's like...
Yeah, I found that. Young king with my crown at. 10 racks in the fanny pack. Couple hundred in the Louis bag.
That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you made. That's a bag that you laid. What kind of game is you playing? We go hard in the paint, yeah. What the fuck is you saying? I only go with it. topic. My melanin is popping. I'm taking skeletons out closets and making new deposits. I'm in my element, no